All right. Welcome back, buddies.
Hi. We should do hi.
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 We
Look
did
at
it. Nailed it.
that.
Works.
Okay. Let's go, Liz.
Yeah, so funny, right? Because the way I schedule my life sometimes. Anyway, so today's topic is tarot cards per the request of last week. And I just want to say that a week is just not enough time. It's just not enough time.
Doesn't it go by so
It
fast?
goes by so fast. And I was like, okay, too easy. We got Cosmic Compass tonight. Like, it's too easy. I was like, we'll have to push it a little bit, but it's fine. Like, we'll make it happen. Then I was like getting home and I'm like, oh crap. I'm like, tonight's supposed to be about my topic. I'm like, I'm not ready. But I'm never ready. So we're just gonna freaking wing it.
Hell yeah.
Sounds
So
good to
our
me.
camera work, I think, is gonna get a little bit wonky. I haven't quite decided how I want to handle that yet because when I do, we're gonna do a reading, right?
Yes.
So I figure we're just gonna kind of jump right into it, and I'm gonna go over a little bit about tarot and some fun facts, and then so while I'm doing that and kind of getting a little bit more ready, maybe think about a question you would like to ask.
Ooh.
Because
Yeah.
we can wing it. But I will say if you have like a targeted intent, like a question, really, it kind of makes it a little bit easier to read the cards because we kind of know because some cards have several different meanings or it can mean certain things depending on what's going on. And when I have to try to, I'm like a newbie, guys, okay? When I have to try to figure out, well, this could mean this. It could be work related, or it could mean you're going to die. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't say that. That was one of my questions. No, just joking.
I have to say real quick,
Mhm.
Tina, you're the drama tonight. I'm so sorry to call you out. I think your hair is like rubbing against your microphone. I keep hearing.
It may not be me then.
Why? Can you hear it? Can you hear it
Yeah.
too?
No, I can't hear nothing.
I'm hearing that.
Well, I use my same ones, and it's the same setup.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I think maybe if you just is all I was saying. Just
All right, look.
there. No, there. Now you're not the drama no more. I hope.
All right, can you still hear it or no?
Not as much. Not as much. I mean, I can, but not as bad. I'm so sorry.
I know. I
Am
don't know what's
I
going
the drama?
Tina's the drama tonight, you guys. Look, she manifested internet issues, and look at what we had to deal with.
Bravo. All right.
Just kidding. I love you.
I'm so not prepared to like do what I want to do right now, and it's kind of bumming me out, but we're gonna make it work. So listen, nobody gets to judge what they see when this camera starts moving around, okay?
No.
All right. So so think about what you might want to ask as a question. So the way that I was taught about tarot cards and what I find tarot cards have always been a point of interest for me. I've always found them kind of cool, but kind of like hypnosis, they get kind of a bad rap. Because a lot of the time they're portrayed in films that people are playing with Ouija boards and doing scary things, and you're calling in ghosts and bad spirits and all the things. And while sure, maybe there is a form of belief systems that could do that, maybe, but the way that I was taught with the cards, right, and the way that aligns with what I'm doing and the things that I like to help people with is, to me, they're a tool. They are a divination tool. So just like everything else that we talk about on here about being with the intention of love and light, right, is to help answer a question, really, get some guidance. It's a tool that we can use to decipher the messages that our higher selves or source or whatever you're trying to speak to or get guidance from can use to maybe become a little bit clearer. Because if you guys follow like in the same space that I do, you'll see those jokes or memes about how I ask for guidance and you send me fucking angel numbers, like thanks, you know? pardon my French, but so it's just kind of a way to get a little bit more clarity. So I just kind of wanted to start with that. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can read cards, and there's a bunch of different decks that you can get. I know, like I have just the I can't even remember the damn name of it now. I wonder if it's in my little thing here. The type of deck that I have, but it's like the standard, like original deck, if you will. And it has to do with the designs I told you, and like and it really probably doesn't matter. It's not in here, but the designs are very Renaissance.
Like the common
yeah,
ones
they're like the common ones, right?
Yeah.
And so there are other decks, there are Oracle decks. So there's a whole bunch of different decks that are available depending like what speaks to you. When I went through my like training or whatever, Lori really recommended that we just start with these. And I didn't listen to her all the way, but it's fine. She told me to get a specific deck, and I kind of went, I did, because it has the same pictures, but the coloring on them is different. And in her training, the colors on the standard cards had like meanings, like whites and yellows and blues and reds. And so some of my colors are a little bit skewed from that because they had this cool backing on them. And they were gold foiled. Anyway.
I'm kind of jealous. I gotta go grab mine. I want to, because I haven't looked at mine in so long. I don't even remember what kind of pictures are on mine. So I'll be right back.
Yeah, go for it.
I've always wanted a deck, but I've never gotten one.
Well, and so this is honestly what I would recommend when it comes to that, because I was at like a Half Price Books or whatever, and I found a deck that had never been opened. It was still in the plastic, and it came as like this whole thing, and with the book that's supposed to teach you how to do it and whatever. And I bought it. But the images on it are hard, are there, because they're, I would have to go upstairs and get it, and I'm not going to get it because honestly, I just didn't like it. Like the cards here to me help me read these cards to you, because there are things that come out in these pictures more for me than the deck that I have upstairs. That's really just like the Two of Swords, for example, is like just like two spears. It's like really kind of like not, there's nothing to help elaborate on. And so if you do decide to like get into it or whatever, I would highly recommend starting out with this deck. And I'm gonna pull up the name of it. So that if you're interested, you'll know what you're looking for. What do you got there, Jen?
Mine are also the classic style.
The Rider.
Go ahead.
It's called no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say mine's the classic like yours, but mine are on these. Like, this is why I got them.
Yeah.
Because
right.
the foil looking, I don't know, they look just
right. And cool. It's called the Rider Waite.
Rider Waite.
Rider-WAITE is the most popular deck.
Rider Waite. Is that a brand or is that like a style?
It's not the brand. It's the images.
The images.
Yeah.
Right.
So like you and I have the Rider Waite images.
Okay.
But we have different people who designed them to their own.
Oh.
Yeah. Because when you pull up the original like cards, I'm trying to see if I can get you like a good picture, but see how yellow they are.
Oh yeah.
And like they're actually, you know what it is, it's primary colors. If you get like a traditional Rider Waite deck, they're like very primary color, red, yellow,
blue.
I don't think blue is a primary color, is it?
Roy G. Biv.
No, we're talking about different things, but
I thought that represented the primary colors.
Maybe it is red, yellow, blue.
Yeah, red, yellow, blue, because blue and
yellow and
red
blue make green. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So they deviates from that a little bit, but that's what it reminds me of. And those colors sometimes to me are just very I don't know, primary.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so that is your like in my opinion, you got to go with what speaks to you, because that's another thing that like
Mm.
they'll say about tarot is like when you're picking out a deck, you have to go and pick one that like speaks to you. But that's where I also found it hard, because it's like, where is there really like a tarot card shop that you could go and touch and feel? And then again, like go ahead.
Bookstores.
Well, that's what I was telling her while
Yeah.
you were looking for
Mhm.
your deck. I picked up one, but it
Mhm.
was the packaging is closed. It came in a box like this, but
Mm.
much larger, and it was sealed in plastic. So I had no idea what was on the inside of the box.
Mhm.
Oh,
until
they
I
didn't put the. Oh, that's lame.
Mm-mm. And then the other thing is like you want to make sure that the one thing that was really particular, and the reason I picked it up was because it was sealed in plastic. It means that no one has used it. So if and when you do get a deck, you want to be very particular about who touches your deck, and uh and cleansing your deck before and like after. What's up?
Why
No-
is Jen laughing?
Nothing.
What's the matter?
she's
You
like-
hear you hear the crinkling again?
No, it was. I mean, I do hear the crinkling, but I was just laughing because it sounded funny. You got to watch who touches your deck, and you got to cleanse your deck. Like that. It was funny to me. I'm sorry. I'm being a
Okay,
little
listen,
immature.
let's grow up.
I'm being immature. I'm so sorry.
But
Tina didn't have to call me out on it.
Is this better?
Oh, it sounds like some ASMR. Oh my god, you guys.
Wait. I got something.
oh God, look at her. This show has turned into something completely different, y'all.
Oh my
Right,
god.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Back to the tarot
No.
card. So, aren't you supposed to cleanse them anyways, even if they are brand new?
You should. And then you cleanse them after every time you use them.
Mhm.
But you don't like it's not something that you would loan out like a pencil. Like they're kind of your cards, if that makes any sense.
You know,
Yes.
like where I live, there's a lot of like crystal shops and stuff.
Mhm.
I think they probably would have decks of cards in there too.
Yeah,
bet- yeah.
you might. And
bet
like
they
I
would.
said, I think if you'd read the box and you knew,
Mhm.
like I didn't know anything. It was something that I thought that you could pick up on a weekend and like read and teach yourself. And
Mhm.
I paid, to go through a course, and I felt like it was worth it.
Yeah.
To go through, and because they do come like with books,
Excuse me.
right?
I'm so sorry if you guys
Like
heard that.
this. But the book
Mhm.
doesn't really, and it came with like a couple of cards in here, and same one with the big deck that I have upstairs. The one I think I have upstairs, I think the deck came with a bag, because that's the other thing. You're supposed to put your cards and store them like in a bag,
Hmm.
like in like a I'll
Felt
have to look
bag
up
or
the
something.
like a felt bag.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I keep mine in my box too, but like
Yeah, mine's in the box on a bookshelf.
yeah, but I think you're really supposed to keep them in a bag. But they'll give you like these little kind of cheat cards in the box, but I don't like the recommendations that they put. Now that I know what I know, right?
Yeah.
This is like not even surface level. This is like flaky dry skin that comes off level. Like it doesn't even barely scratch the surface, and really made me understand why I was finding it so difficult to like understand,
I don't think I got those. I got the book.
I didn't get these in my other deck either. I just got a little book.
Yeah.
But the book is also, I mean, look at the book. It's very tiny and it's this thick. Like there's a lot to try to cover that you've crammed into a teeny tiny little
Writing.
thing.
Yeah.
And then the other thing too is, at least for me, a lot of the time the card might have like kind of a generic ballpark to like standard to the guide, if you will. But a lot of the time for me, it just depends on like what you're asking. And sometimes like it sounds weird, but like shit just comes to me. And then I'm like, oh yeah. All right. I could see, you know what I'm saying? Like, so anyway, so we can get my life together here. So some fun internet facts about tarot was that it was originated in the 1430s, which I think is why you get, that's not what we want. Why this deck is so like Renaissance-y. Can you see that?
That makes sense.
You know, and that why these have kind of been carried through. As you'll see, if you've ever seen people on TikTok do or anything like that, there's always that disclaimer that this is for entertainment purposes, but take that for what you will. To me, it's not like a Ouija board. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to talk to the other side. Like it's really a tool to tap into yourself, honestly, and decipher the messages that you've been trying to ask yourself, because like all the other conversations that we've had on here about like you are the only one who has the answers.
Yeah.
And while we reach out to friends to like bounce off ideas and different things like that, and like you want to ask for advice, like honestly, you need to be asking yourself for advice, because you are the only person who can tell you what you need to be doing, what feels good to you, and all that kind of stuff. So to me, that's what these cards are. They just kind of help you find those answers. Okay. So there are 78 cards in a deck that are split into minor and major arcana. Okay, so your major arcana cards are like this one, the World. And there are more of them, obviously. And then your minor cards are broken down into suits. So the major arcana cards are, if we really want to get into it, the Lovers, the Death card, the World, the Star. I'm just kind of naming some of these off as I'm trying to find them. The High Priestess, Judgment, like those types of cards, right? Are your major arcana cards. And then your minor arcana cards are broken into 4 suits. So you have wands, cups, swords, and pentacles or coins. Okay. And so each one of those has cards that go through 1 through 10, right? And so
the minors do.
The minors do.
Yeah.
And then if I could math, right, that would leave, that doesn't math right. 10 cards and 4 suits is 40 cards, and there's 78 cards in a deck. There are not
30. Yeah.
Are there 20 major arcana cards? Oh no, listen to me. I'm like, I don't even know. I'm trying to find them. But anyway, that's just kind of I didn't really want to pull them all out because I feel like
we don't have to just shuffle them up.
Yeah, shuffle them up.
Anyway, and then each of those suits has like I said, kind of that generic ballpark. I won't say, I hate to call it generic, but it has like a theme. So cups are your emotions. So when you pull cups cards, it's talking about how maybe, you're feeling about something, or how maybe your emotions are blocking your judgment, or, something like that could be affecting you. Swords are mostly about like your thoughts, right? So if you're getting a lot of swords cards in your reading, it might mean that you're overthinking or in your head too much, or something like that. And then pentacles is about achievement, really, more so than but also about like money, but it's like about abundance, right? And not necessarily like in a monetary way. There are 22 major arcana and 56 minor arcana. I was trying to see, a sense of abundance. And so then we also have masculine and feminine. So masculine cards are wands and swords. Feminine cards are cups and pentacles.
Huh,
So,
makes
and then
sense.
wands are about like manifestations and things that you're trying to create. So
Wow, it
that's
like all makes sense like as you're explaining it, because I know I've read the meanings behind it before, but I think just the way you just explained that, it just all like connected. That was great.
I'm glad. I'm glad. And
Hair's
so that
getting
was
wet.
something that I don't know, maybe I missed it or I didn't really read very well when I was trying to learn it on my own. And that kind of really, I don't know, for whatever reason, helped me. So, who would like to be the first?
Me.
Yay!
Since
Okay.
Jen got up from her chair.
Yes. Move your feet, lose your seat, right?
That's right. You snooze, you lose.
All
I'm
right.
sorry, I just couldn't do it anymore. Like every time I looked at myself up on screen, because my hair, like I didn't do anything with my hair. I just kept thinking about Jim Carrey, Dumb and Dumber, and like I can't do it anymore.
That's not what I saw at all, but that's cool. Like, and
Yeah.
again, have you seen how I've given up on my bangs? I have to go see my hairstylist because for whatever reason they keep wanting to just part down the middle.
Oh
And,
no.
No matter what I
Yeah.
do. No
Well, that's-
matter what I do.
Isn't that how you
Oh.
like you parted your hair though when you had it all long?
Kind of offset, but yeah.
Mm.
Do you have a
But when I cut them the first time, they didn't do that, and I don't know what happened. It
do
doesn't
you
matter.
have a flat iron?
Mm.
No. I was gonna say because you could always wherever, however you want to put your hair, not necessarily you're flat ironing it, but if you just get down to the root area and just like swoosh it, that heat will make it stay the
Okay. Yeah, I tried that with the other tool I had, but maybe I'm just not getting close enough to the root.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. I gave up.
Well,
So,
it still looks nice.
It does. It does look nice.
It's probably time for a trim too, so it could just be some of them seemed heavier in parts, and I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's
Yeah,
really
it
not
could be.
relevant to our show right now. I'm shuffling the deck.
You say it's not relevant, but like I heard a pretty good analogy in that because Tina said, "Oh, you just gotta get closer to the root," and you're like, "Yeah, I probably just need to get closer to the root." That could be you're just trying to figure out the root of the problem. I love my brain sometimes.
Okay, so also too, Lori doesn't do reverse readings.
Okay, yeah, I've
So-
heard of that.
So a lot of the time you'll see that if a card lands upside down, that it
Yeah.
means the opposite of whatever it normally means.
Yeah.
I kind of it depends for me on whether I read it up or down because sometimes you'll be flowing with a message or whatever, and you're like,
Yeah.
that doesn't really make sense if I read it upside down.
Yeah,
If that makes sense. So
that makes sense.
I
It's all
feel
about
like
the
this
intent.
is just like with anything else that we do, and you just kind of have to go with what your instincts tell you. And so there's really not any one way to do it. That's my opinion. That was kind of how I was taught, that, hey, here's some basic guidelines, but it really just depends on the question, the person, the situation, and all the things. But
honestly, I think that when it comes to a lot of this stuff, I don't think there's just one way to do things. I think it is very fluid and like it's what works because you said it, it's a tool. So it's what helps you harness. So like I'm only saying that because I feel like you're trying to over justify yourself to the viewers and like I don't.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm just letting you know from my experience what
Yeah.
I have experienced. And so if you feel like you have read or listened or whatever to something that might conflict with what I'm saying, that there are ways and some people do it differently than others.
Yeah.
That was really all.
Well, that's what I was kind of getting at is like I think
Yeah.
with this it's a tool and it's just whatever speaks to you. So I don't feel there's one right way, and I just don't think there's one right way.
But I think that's also what kind of stifled some of my reading. I don't want to say ability, but openness, I guess, was that I felt like it had to be like in a box. Like, oh, well, the guide says that it this or whatever, when really I find I get the the most genuine and authentic reading if you just go with whatever starts coming to your brain.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So anyway, it's going to be super cool. All right. Oh, shoot.
I'm excited.
I know, me too, because I usually have a lot of fun with this. Mostly because it blows my mind and I just love it. Because to me, there's no explanation for how we got there, except for somebody's trying to tell you something. Okay,
Tina, are you hearing it?
Yeah.
You so
No,
you're
the scratching. No.
because like you keep checking your mic. I was like, is she hearing it? Because it
Mm-mm.
doesn't make sense.
I wonder how I do this before, and I forget how I did it. I might have to bring everybody down here.
Because honestly, I was kind of starting to think it was Liz for a second.
Uh-oh.
Can
Why-
you see my mat?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what I like to do is let's cleanse our deck here.
I wonder if there's a way I can make your screen bigger. Let's see if I can do this.
I
Where's
like
my
to-
mouse? This one, but not me.
Oh.
Not me though. Not
Yeah,
me.
not you. Oh, there
Not
you go.
me. There we go. Can I make this even bigger? No. Oh, nope. Don't touch. Stop touching, Jen. Okay.
All right. So I like to just call in our spirit guides, our ancestors, our spirit team, and anyone who brings love and light to help provide guidance to the question being asked in this reading. All right. So just going to kind of spread these out as best we can here. And I'm going to see if maybe I can, once I get these spread out a little thinner, let me just do that. I'm going to move this camera back or around so you can see. Push a bunch of shit off of this. Oh, I need one of those like above cameras. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I'm just making a mess right now. Okay,
Yeah,
I
you're
told you
good.
it wasn't prepared. All right, can we?
Feel the love
I
tonight.
know I'm trying to make it to where you could see the whole. We're getting closer. The whole kit and caboodle here. So we might have to.
I was just gonna ask, can we
Okay.
make two? Can you make two spreads?
Can
Or-
make two rows,
Rows, I guess, is what I meant to
Yeah.
actually say.
so we can shove this into a. Got 78 cards to like try to.
Fit onto one little screen.
All right. Do this. Okay. Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Let me see.
We can see.
Okay. So stand by 1 second.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Do, 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 do.
Try to get
I don't know how to do it.
enough.
Do, 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 do.
Try to get most of my stuff out of the way here. I know this is taking an exuberantly long amount of time to do.
Oh, no, you're fine.
You're
I
okay.
know. It's all right. Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right. Cards, we can see them.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So the pile closest to me will be stack 1. Okay.
Okay.
And this will be stack 2.
Okay.
Okay. So let's ask your question. What would you like more clarity on?
A job, like a career, something that's gonna give me passion to make money.
Okay. So you're asking
Is
for
there
clarity on a job.
a job? Yeah.
that
Because
you
I
would-
feel like I'm stuck and I can't find my way to like a new career path.
Okay. All right. So I think what we're
so
going to
excited.
do here for that is my favorite. And I think we're just going to do the 10 card Celtic Cross
Okay.
because I feel like that is the one that gives me the most. So in the Celtic Cross, I'm going to just kind of show you a little thing here, right? This is like the
Yeah.
layout. Okay.
Mhm.
And in the first card on the bottom there, okay, is your issue, which is
Okay.
we're trying to find a job, right? And we'll go
Yeah.
over it again as we pull cards. But then you have your obstacle.
Mhm.
If you could resolve this thing, it would make your life easier or
Mhm.
help you find clarity, right? And then we're also going to get into the third card is past events that have led you to where you currently are.
Mhm.
Your fourth card is the future, things that could happen in the near future in the next few weeks or months.
Mhm.
Then the fifth card, sorry, trying to read this backwards, is some strengths. This one's a little bit hard. It reflects the goal or about best income or income, let's see, outcome. And then let's see, the sixth card, which is over here, right, is like subconscious things, like
Mhm.
the foundation of the issue, or it could also be like the foundation of like what's driving you, which so in your case
Mhm.
could be about like your passion. That could be help us find a ballpark of like some career paths for you. And
Mhm.
then let's see, 7 is advice or recommendations, suggested approaches, and could also like what are you doing? What can you be doing to help you get there? 8 is your environment or external factors that could
Mhm.
be affecting either what you're feeling or where you're going. And then 9 is either your hopes or your fears. That could be possibly blocking you or affecting you.
Mhm.
Same thing. And then 10 is kind of the final outcome, where
Okay.
the situation is going and how maybe we can resolve the issue. So
Okay.
that's kind of what we're building here. And I think that for
Okay.
this is going to be the best. So if you just let me know whether you'd like to start in 1 or 2.
Let's start in 2.
In 2. Okay.
Mhm.
And then you just tell me where in here you would like to pick a card. And you can
Let's
get
start
really
off.
specific. So left or right,
Let's start off in the middle.
in the middle. Okay.
Yep.
And just tell me
Right
when to
there.
stop. Right here?
Yep.
Okay. It's this card right here. Okay. And that is the Fool.
The
Interesting.
Fool. I'm
Interesting.
the fool.
So
You are
these
not.
will kind of build on each other, but the Fool is a major arcana card, right? So
Mhm.
when we're talking about major and minor arcana, so the kind of like they're implied in the name, the major cards have a deeper, more impactful meaning, stronger meaning, if I will, than
Mhm.
the minor cards. But the Fool is the first card. It's 0.
Mhm.
So in the journey of the cards, this is you are the Fool, and the Fool usually represents new beginnings, and not a
Mm.
fool like an idiot, but just as you can see the way that like just carefree and ready to
Mhm.
start a journey.
And a little pompous.
A little bit, but I think it's more like, look, he's got like a rose in his hand, his dog is by his side, he's got some smacks packed, like,
Oh,
and
I like
this
snacks.
to me, the sun is shining and like you are just like, ready to go.
Yes.
So I think that that's kind of cool too, because that's what that first card can also represent. Influences and positive forces. So to me, this is a very positive card, but again, to me, it represents you and your willingness to like you stated in the beginning, and this is why I start getting really excited, bro. It's going to get off the chain here in a minute. Because you asked the question of where can I'm looking for a new career path, right? Which is what you're open to something new, to starting a new adventure, and that is exactly what this card means. So I freaking love it. Anyway,
That's awesome.
1 or 2.
We're gonna stick with 2.
Okay.
We're gonna do left side
Left side.
or my left. So
This side?
That's
Okay. And then just
stop. Yeah.
So we have, so again, this came out reversed. So I'm going to lay it reversed and we'll kind of see where it goes.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the 9 of Swords.
Ooh.
And like we mentioned before, the swords are a lot about thought. And again, this is cracking me up. When we started this conversation, you said that you were what? You felt stuck and that you can't find a way forward. That is exactly what this card represents. Okay. So 9 is also in numerology, representative of closure and ending, right? So again, feeds right into this card here where we're ready to start a new beginning, right? So whatever is currently going on in your life has to end so that new things can come in and new things can begin. But also you can see this man is laying in a bed and he looks very worried, right? And 9 is 1 before the end, which is 10. Right. So this is a strong card. And it basically is just saying that you are really overthinking it. Right. You're in your head too much and that it's actually keeping you up. And it's a worrisome card. Like you're not getting good sleep. Right. Because this thing is consuming your thoughts. Okay. But remember, in the beginning, we also said that this card is the obstacle or the challenge that we need to get around. Right. So the overthinking, it's kind of like having a eureka moment that when we stop thinking about it, that's when we create space and let the ideas come in. Right. Going back to having faith that, hey, I've asked my question and now I just need to wait for the signs. Right.
Yes.
How am I doing so far?
Good.
Super fun, right?
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 or 2.
1.
Okay. Left or right?
We'll do your right.
Okay. So over here?
Yeah.
That's my left. This is my right.
Okay. So you're left.
Okay. And then just tell me.
The top. Stop.
Did you say stop before? And I missed it?
The one before it.
So back here?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
I had my eye on that one.
This one. Okay. So again, this came out reversed. Which is, like I said, I don't really do reverse, and that's probably why they don't have meaning, because to me it just doesn't make any sense, because this card wouldn't make sense in the reverse. So this came out Ace of Cups. Okay. So this is the high suit, if you will, of the card. If you think about playing cards, right? Ace is king to Ka, right? And so cups are about emotions, right? But this card also shows the hand here coming out of the cloud. I don't know. I'm getting a lot of glare, right? This hand here is the hand of God, right? And then you can also see that your cup overfloweth in this picture, right? So this card is about past events that have led you to the present situation. Okay. And so I think what this is saying here, because I also have a note here that says need to focus on the goal. It's your emotions. And the first thing that comes to my mind with this card is the first thing that comes to my mind is like manifestation, right? We've talked about when we're using the laws of the universe to draw in and attract things into our life, that we have to feel them, right? And so I think this card is saying to draw on a past experience where you felt emotionally fulfilled, where you felt full, where, like, you know what I mean? Like, fulfilled, like the thing that you were doing was, even if it's not for the version of you now, it was for the version of you then, right? And to draw back on that feeling, because I
Mhm.
think that's going to help you find your way forward if you draw on that experience. So if you can look
I
back
gotcha.
at a
Yes.
time where you felt fulfilled, and what
Mhm.
did you maybe do to get there at that point?
Mhm.
I think, and then I also think, like I said before, with this card, with the hand of God coming out here, right? It's also
Mhm.
about having faith and trusting, right? That what is meant for
Mhm.
you will find you when it's meant for you.
Yes.
Okay. And then 1 or 2.
We're gonna do 2, and we're gonna do the very first card on your. Yeah.
This one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ace of Swords. A lot of aces. These are big cards, friend. You've got a major arcana, and you've got 2 kind of, high-end cards here. Another sword. So again, swords. We've already had another swords card
Mhm.
here. We're starting to see a theme, right? So Ace of Swords. Again, we have that right hand of God coming out, right?
Mhm.
Which really is indicative of being divinely supported, right?
Mhm.
That's really what this means, is that like this is literally a hand coming out to help you, right?
Mhm.
And I think that this is really awesome that you've gotten 2 of these so far. But it's also, I want to look at something here, at a note that I might have, because let's see here. Because the Ace of Swords, so a note that I have here is divinely inspired truth.
Mm.
The crown at the top represents ultimate truth. Okay. And this comes when a divinely inspired idea points us to our personal truth. I mean, come the freak on, guys. And honestly, that's what you're looking for.
That's
right?
exactly.
A job career that is authentic to you and allows you to be your true self. I mean, freaking come on, right?
Mhm.
But it's also a sword card, right? So while it is about the right hand of God and being divinely inspired, right? But it also says that it's the idea that points us right to our truth. So I really do think that we have to get past this challenge, right, of the overthinking. I think that you're thinking too much. I think that you're probably, and we'll get more into that. I bet it will come out. I bet you're already doing something in that line, or you already have an idea, but you're just not sure where it aligns in a career.
Or how to get started.
Right.
Yeah. How to kick it off.
This card in the spread is also the future. So it is what's likely to occur in the next few months. So my notes say that this is a divinely inspired idea. So it goes back to, I feel like this card where we talked about having faith that what is meant for you will come when it's ready. And this idea is brewing. You just have to stop thinking about it and let it in.
Look at that.
Okay. Let me not get too jumbled up here. All right. 1 or 2.
Let's do 1 in the middle.
In the middle, right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have like a couple cards here. You want the one right on top?
Yeah.
Okay. Another freaking sword card, brava. You are an overthinker, my child. All right. So
I
am. This is the 8 of Swords. And I love this card.
I'm sorry, which one was that?
The 8 of Swords.
Okay. I'm only because I'm following along in my book just because it's easier for me to see the card.
Yeah,
so
no worries.
that's why I asked. Okay.
So the 8 of Swords. And this card is, I draw this card a lot when I do things for myself. So it's a very powerful card to me because you can see that the swords kind of create a cage, if you will. She's bound and blindfolded, right? So it kind of seems like you're trapped, lost, stuck. Is this ringing any bells? Of where you're trying to go. But it's just an illusion. right? Because like these are not very tight. This blindfold could come off and you could move off into any, you know what I mean? You could get yourself out of this and it's all up to you. And you can see too that she's in the middle of nowhere. It's like she's traveled to this point, right? So you kind of got yourself in this situation because you're thinking too much. So let me see. Right? It's crazy. Prison of your own making. Standing in a cage of your own making. Nowhere to go, stuck. Feet are free. Standing in a pool of water. Able to break free and walk away at any time that you want.
I'm just going to do it.
And so I was looking for, I told you I got two jumbled up here. My note on, see, this is, we do beginner things around here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's up here. That's why. Interesting. Working towards an issue to resolve. So really, to me, this is what you just have to get past. That's really. So one part of my thing says, best outcome working towards the issue to resolve your strengths, which this is not a strength, but it also says this is behind you, right? And again, I think this card really just reiterates this card because this was our conflict, right? Our challenge to get past. And we really just have to stop overthinking. Just stop overthinking. Just stop overthinking. Do we even need to go any further? No, I'm just teasing.
You should stop overthinking.
One or two, because the next card is going to be what's driving you, right? So
okay, I'm thinking 2.
Okay.
And it's going to be more towards your right. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right here?
Right there. Yeah.
Okay, I have 2 cards, top or bottom?
Bottom.
All right. Ooh, okay. We have the 8 of Cups.
Another cups, huh?
Well, yep, you do have cups. So you're a very emotional thinker.
Well, I am a Cancer.
Oh, I just love it. See, this is the stuff that really excites me though, because like it's spot on. All right. So 8 of Cups. So we have a Wanderer, right? But here's some really cool things. You also have a lot of theme here in what people are dressed in, right? Everyone here is dressed in some kind of red, right? Red is a very grounding energy. Okay. So I think that that's something to really pride yourself on because you are, grounded. So you're not too far lost, friend. You're just in your own head. Right. But here, this card here, the cups are all evenly stacked and together. Right. And you're walking away. So it's almost like you've composed yourself, if you will. Right. And you're like, okay, cool. Right. We've got this together. I'm moving on to the next thing. Right. But then we also have the moon here. And this is kind of a dark night picture. And so the moon also is representative of like intuition, inner wisdom, seeking inner guidance, right? So I think that it's important to note that, like we've said before, like this is a question only you can answer. And I know that seems really obvious and like, okay, I get that, but come on, self, give me some answers here. But really what I'm picking up on here is that the answer is right there. You already have the answer and you're just overthinking it. Right? So subconsciously, I want to see something here. Because let me get some cups here.
I do tend to overthink.
You don't say.
What if it's this? But what if it's this?
Yeah, but what if it's also this? But it could also be that.
But then
But
Where are
then
you
it's
going and
this.
Or maybe I'm thinking all the time, like,
So it's
I need to-
funny. Sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Because this is like saying this is what's before you, where you are going and what awaits you, which I find funny again because he's kind of like he's leaving and heading on a journey. These are the possibilities and alternatives that may come in the next few weeks or even months, but this is not the final outcome, just the next step, right? But when I look at my notes for this, it's fulfilling a journey. Like I mentioned, all your cups are stacked neatly. You're following the stream of unconscious waters, which again is another note for the position.
Jen!
Why is she laughing?
Oh my God, Tina, you're gonna get
I'm
the
going
answer
on
after
a-
your cruise.
I know. Yep, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
After your what?
I'm going on a cruise,
Oh, I love it. I love it.
so I'm going on a journey.
Yeah.
This is great. I
Over
love
clear
it.
water. Like you're gonna get your answer. You're gonna find your answer either on the cruise or when you come back.
I freaking love it.
Wait a minute. How about, because I'm such an overthinker? How about I thought about that? I'm like, what if I go on my cruise and they're like, oh my God, this girl's so awesome. You need to come work with us. Or you need to do customer service, like
Yo!
online. You want to work from home, or whatever the case is, or
I love
You're
it.
manifesting it. That's awesome.
something.
Yeah. Love it. Yeah. So that's, but again, I think this is also about fulfilling a journey, right? So whatever you've done up until this point, like it's ended, right? And I think that's why we have so many high cards here. We have 8, we have 9, we have the aces, right? You've got a lot of like ending and new beginning cards in here. We started with the Fool, which is also about going on a journey. So, but I really think we go back to this like emotions thing here, right? And emotions are what drive our decisions, So making sure that whatever you select, like you had mentioned something about working customer service from home, like even if that is offered to you, you have to ask yourself, does this fulfill me emotionally, right? Is this really what I'm looking for? As much as it would be convenient to work from home, like, am I just walking in and repeating the same, patterns? Okay. 1 or 2.
1.
Okay.
The last one on your right.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. The Magician.
Ooh.
This is another major arcana card. Love this card because just like it looks like, right? This card is about literally making shit happen, right? It's about you being a creator, right? Like pulling things out of thin air, right? You've got this
do that a lot.
infinity sign above your head here that's just about being divinely connected, right? And you have all of the symbols or all of the suits are represented in this card. So he's holding a wand. There's a sword on the table. There's a cup on the table. And then there's also a pentacle on here as well. Right. So all of your suits are in here. So this is really about just being able to really just do whatever you want to do, bro. Like,
I can just make it happen.
Yeah,
you don't have to just make it happen, but like you have the power to do it, whatever it is that you want to do, right? So notes here are gathering energy for your journey. Okay. Let's see. Starting to conjure up something, looking to bring something out of the heavens into our lives. That's freaking manifesting, dude.
You are a powerful manifester.
Okay, and this is card number 7. So this is your attitude towards the matter. How you feel at this time gives you perspective. So like, again, I love the way this shit freaking ties together sometimes. Right? It's just recalling this, right? All this overthinking is you're forgetting that you're a co-creator, right? That whatever brings you freaking joy, whatever it is that you want, no matter how ridiculous it seems, right? There is a career in that path. There is. And it may not be something that you have ever experienced or even know about.
Mhm.
And that might be like what's blocking you, right? Because you're saying that in some way that it has to come in a way that you're familiar with. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
oh, well, there couldn't possibly be, it's so outlandish. There's no way that I could tie that thing in because you've shoved the idea into like a box, right?
Gotcha. Mhm.
And so this is just a reminder because it's saying like, what are you doing right now? Like that's what this card placement is. Your attitude towards the matter and how you feel. Oh, I love it.
Mhm.
Because we have all these emotion cards, right? How you
Mhm.
feel is what gives you your perspective, right? So when you're
Mhm.
sitting here saying, well, it couldn't possibly be this way, or limiting it in whatever way, right?
Mhm.
Like, oh man, yeah. It's blocking you. You're blocking yourself. You're not letting it in. You already know. I know you do. You already know the freaking
Mhm.
answer. You already know it. You just don't think it's possible. God, freaking kid. I tell you,
Love
look at
it.
her. She's cracking up over there because she's like,
Yeah.
I have an idea. I do. I have an idea.
Oh, I have lots.
And I think we've said it on this show before, but it's something that I've been hearing like a lot. And gosh, I hope I'm not too muffled. Is clarity comes with action,
Mhm.
right? Sometimes if we sit and overthink a thing, you'll talk yourself out of doing anything. I bet you could talk yourself out of brushing your teeth in the morning if you sat and thought about it long enough. You have to take a step in order to figure out what it is that you need to do. Clarity comes with action. That's
You
not
know
what
what's
that card said.
crazy is when I start doing something, and it doesn't matter what it is. Like
Mhm.
sometimes I'm just like, "Ah." But once I start, I'm like, man, why didn't I do this a long time ago?
100% friend. Another thing I heard, the time is going to pass anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So might as well do something that's taking you in that direction. Okay,
Yeah.
1 or 2.
2,
Okay.
and we're gonna start on your left, and we're gonna do the 8th card in.
All right. I love how specific you're being. Okay, 8th card. What do we got here? Your environment, external. Oh my God, I fucking love it. Your environment or external forces, such as the people around you. Okay, but your external forces. And you cut. I know everybody's in suspense. I'm over here cackling about this card. The 4 of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
And this is part of your problem. I think this is part of your what's blocking you as well. Is see how he is like hoarding all of his money, right? He does not look like an abundant person. He has 4 MFN pentacles right now, and he is clutching on to all of them in such a way that you're afraid that whatever you're about to embark on is not going to provide you enough to support your family.
Mm-hmm.
And that's everybody's worry, friend. So don't think that anybody here is judging you. But this is also a block, right? This is affecting your movement forward, right? Because you're not trusting that your cup will overflow with, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
So that fear and that like, look how small he is. He does not look like he's
It's like
enjoying his
me.
journey.
Small.
Yeah. He's just like all tight and just not. He's doing exactly the opposite of what you're doing.
It makes sense.
And I wanted to see if what I say 4. Yep. Hoarding your riches represents a psychological completion or thought from that has either served us or not. But it stifles our ability of what we can be grateful for. So we can feel like we're lacking something, not abundant, or not having enough. Sometimes my brain works so well. Anyway, yeah.
So it sounds like Tina needs to start practicing her gratitude so that
She
it's a
just
bit
needs to have a
more.
little faith. Have a
Yeah.
little faith in me. Not me, but the process. One or two.
Oh, I get one more?
You get two more.
Oh, okay. Let's do one
Okay.
towards your right.
Okay.
Go more right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. King of Wands. Ooh, I love it. This is your hope, my friend. Because it's a hope or a fear, but this is a good card. This is a hope. So this is a king card. So again, it's up there with, like I said before, playing cards, high cards. This is awesome. This is besides the ace, the highest card, right? So the king is always literally it. The king of whatever this suit is. Like you were mastery level, right? So this is what you want. This is you mastering your manifestation, right? This is you saying, it worked out for me and I should have done this earlier. And why did I let all these things hold me back? Like that is what this card is saying. But there's really not a lot more to say. Again, with the grounding energy, with the outfit, freaking love it, right? There's something about salamanders. So there's like a little teeny salamander down here at the bottom of his feet. And let me see if I have a note on that. It's a really brief one, and I'm not sure if it'll provide much clarity. Where are you, little salamander?
Little salamander.
Little salamander. There it is. A symbol of transformation. Oh, I love it. Right?
Me.
And the whole card is just even up his chair. Right? And that transformation comes from trusting and mastering whatever it is that you're trying to call it. But I also think this is a really positive card because not only is this a hope, right? But the hope card came out more than your fear card, right? This is a fear of yours, right? But this is also just an external thing that's affecting your decision-making process, right? This is what came out. And to me, this is hopeful that you're going in the right direction. Like this is like, to me, what's really kind of coming through. But the last card is the final outcome. So, one or two.
We're going to do two, and we're going to do the very last one again.
Very last one.
Yeah.
Okay. Motherfucking Major Arcana card. I freaking love it. The Empress. So the cool thing about the Empress, right, is she's said to be, if I remember right, she's said to be with child in this picture. Not necessarily that you're going to have a child, but it's about abundance and it's about growing things and it's about fertility, but not necessarily like childbearing fertility, but like
in an idea or like
but like this is exciting because it's a major arcana card, which means this is like very impactful and everything around her is abundant. She's covered in roses on her clothes. She's in the middle of the field, also on a journey. She's like on a path here, right? And oh my god, let me see what I got for next here. Major Arcana for the freaking Empress. Pregnant with a new idea on the journey you're about to go on. I freaking love it. Creative expression in action. Mother Nature at work. You've got the symbol of Venus in the bottom at her feet. Let's see. Beautiful wheat growing at her feet indicates abundance. Bro, I told you. Red flowers and pomegranates indicate abundance. So when you freaking master your manifestation, you're going to be filled with abundance. I freaking love it. Friend, this just says stop overthinking about it. Have freaking faith and just freaking do it.
I'm going to make a necklace and I'm going to have it say abundance on it.
Yes.
Abundance.
Yes.
Do it. You got this, buddy.
Stars on her headdress indicate involvement in the zodiac signs and astrology. Brava.
Weird.
I'm telling you, not weird.
Like somebody does something with astrology.
On. the ability to understand ourselves better and the ability to harness the cosmic and manifest through our own human will. Bro, what did I freaking say? Where's that
Yeah.
freaking card? The mother effing magician. Your journey is ready to begin. It's saying freaking do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Do it. Because I know
Do
you
it.
already know what it is. Tell me I'm wrong.
I do, but I'm an overthinker, so I don't.
You
You
do.
do.
You just don't have faith. Huh? What'd you
I do.
think?
That was amazing.
Oh, that was good. I like it. I like it a lot. Thank
I
you.
liked it a lot.
You're very welcome. What time is it? We got time for Jen Jen? Of course we have time for Jen Jen.
I mean, I think mine's really simple. Like,
That's
because
okay.
I can just ask a yes or no, right?
Well, you can, yeah, but we can elaborate.
Okay. So essentially, I had a conversation with God the other night about this book that I want to write.
Okay.
And I wanted clarification on his intentions behind it. And so I gave him what I was thinking. And so I just want to know if I'm on the right track with what I'm thinking about with this book,
Okay,
if that makes sense.
it does. So let me shuffle these. I'm wondering, so you want to know if you are on track with the idea that you gave him
Yes.
for this book. Okay. I'm going to keep shuffling, but I also want to look at maybe.
No, you stopped.
Who, me?
No,
No,
me and
me.
Tina's
Oh.
over here playing little games.
I'm wondering if because we could do, and you know what, you can tell me what you think.
Okay.
We could do a different reading, right? So we could do a 3-card reading, and it's a you need to know opportunity, but I kind of feel like that doesn't fit what we're asking.
Okay.
We could, you tell me what you think. Then we have a 7-card reading that's kind of like the 10-card reading. But it just does past, present, hidden influences, obstacles, environment, best course of action, final outcome.
What was the 3-1 you said again?
You need to know opportunity. So the first
Okay.
card is you.
Uh-huh.
The second card is what you need to know.
Uh-huh.
And the third card would be the opportunity.
I feel like I'll get my answer more from that one versus what you said with the 7.
Okay. And then same thing with the 10 card.
Yeah, and same thing with the 10. I
Yeah.
think I'll get my answer with this one.
Okay. We're going to do one more shuffle here.
Okay.
And get a drink of water.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will also start the same way for Jen. I'd like to call in her spirit team, spirit guides, all those that bring love and light to help answer and provide guidance to this question. So take these and we will spread them out as best we can. Try to get them flat so that not too many were stacked on top of each other,
Yeah.
but I also want to make sure that you can see all of those. I don't think you can.
I mean, I can on the little screen below. So
Okay.
if there's any off screen, the main screen, I can.
Okay.
I should be able to point it out. I already see one I want.
Where is it?
It's the front. Go to your right. The one it's like kind of sticking out.
This one?
Yep,
Okay.
that guy right there.
That'll be you.
Okay.
We'll read that in a second. All right. Do you want me to read them as I pull them, or you want to pull 3 cards and we'll go over them?
Whichever is best for you.
Doesn't matter.
We'll pull and read it, and then each one.
Read each one.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is you.
It's me.
Pentacles.
The 9 of Pentacles.
I look kind of snobby.
You fancy
A
bitch.
little fancy.
Okay.
And
So,
it's a good
first
birthday.
impressions, you have a falcon here, or like a little hawk bird. I like to call them falcons because that's
Okay.
usually what you see. He's a hooded bird there. She's cloaked in flowers, but they also are like the symbol of Venus. I don't know if you can like see that on her cloak
What?
here.
I'm sorry, she's the 9, you said?
Yes.
Okay, because I can open up this book and look.
Perfect.
and
And
see it.
again, so 9 of Pentacles, that's like a lot of pentacles, right?
Mhm.
And also behind her are a bunch of like fruits and things. So a very, very abundant card. So that's you.
Abundance.
You are abundance.
Abundance.
You are
Okay, that's a good
already
card.
very abundant.
I have
But-
been feeling very abundant lately.
Good. It always feels awesome when we feel abundant. I have gotten myself all out of whack here. So just give me a second. Because
Oh,
I would
no,
like
you're
to
good.
see. What did I say? Pentacles, right? I wanted to see if I had any like. Oh, here it was, like literally right in front of my face. Bro.
Mhm. Is there an apple on the falcon's head?
No, that's a
That's
mask,
just- oh, it's okay. Okay, it's a mask.
like a hood.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
enjoyment of all you've created. That's like I said, flowers are in the same symbol as Venus on her robe. A lovely feminine symbol of riches and sensuality.
I'm not
And
sure
then
about
9 is a
sensuality,
deathless number, reaping the rewards of abundance throughout our lives. That has been you, my friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Front or back? 1 or 2?
Let's go 1
1.
and go to your left. On your left. Keep going. That one. Nope. One more to that one. Yep.
Okay. Ooh, interesting. 5 of Wands.
5 of Wands. Those are
So
goofy looking wands.
oh, my wands.
And yeah. Well, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have the same wands, but
Yeah.
yeah, those are goofy looking wands.
So this is a manifestation card. However, in
Mm.
this card, you can see that like you just don't have your shit together. Like it's not organized. No, it looks like they're trying to build something,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I've never written a book before.
But also, right, to me, this card means that you have people who do know and can maybe help you and rely on
Mhm.
like that. Yes, well, right now they don't really know what they're doing. That's funny. That's your need to know card.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I know. But the thing is, I already know I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm like, my thoughts
So
aren't even
funny.
organized.
So I'd like to see, and I think that's really what this is saying, right?
Yeah.
Like there's just
Mhm.
kind of chaos in this project right now.
Yeah.
So funny. So freaking funny. And this is why I love it, right? Because like I'm not pulling these cards for you. You are picking
Yeah.
them and they're so spot on. Okay, so that's your need to know card.
Okay.
So let's see what your opportunity card is. So 1 or 2.
Yep, 2. I keep getting pulled to the front here. I'm pointing to my screen like you can see. It's your left. Keep going. That up one more down. That
This one?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
or the one tucked.
Nope. It's
Okay.
yep, right where you're at because sorry, my screen was trying to take a second to
You're good.
adjust. You're good.
Okay. Ooh, Queen of Wands.
Queen of Wands.
Okay, so I love this card because again, you're up there with the you're like king would be considered like mastery level, so you're like a step below mastery level on this one, but it's about like manifestation, right? So this is so funny because I kind of feel like all we did was read your mind. You're an abundant person whose mind is like a monkey mind, but to me, this is a yes.
I was just gonna say the fact that you're talking about me being a master manifester based off this card, or that I'm manifesting off of this card. It's like
Mhm.
my answer is yes, because this is what all of this is essentially
Because
about.
I'm
is what
gonna
manifesting.
find
Mhm.
my note here, right? Because I'm telling you, this is it's a natural manifestation, right? Says the sunflower is representative of light, symbols of light, of awareness.
Mhm.
You have a mastery over your psychological processes. The black cat at the feet, you have control over natural urges and desires, embodiment of feminine. Let me see here. Da, 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 da. But I have a note here that says maybe need to let spirit in to complete manifestation.
Mm.
That tracks. I mean, honestly, that tracks, because given like my new, I don't know if it's really a new. It's, I mean, in addition to my spiritual journey, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I
It is
also
kind of a
have
new
a note
spiritual
on here
journey.
because there's a bunch of notes in here that talk about as the feminine may lose some femininity as she tries to master the masculine. And it's like a duality card, and it's notes about women in a masculine role.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I'm kind of drawn to that note is just because of your past. And while this is an opportunity card, I don't know if that's just really drawing me to say that this is like really talking about you. If
Yeah.
that makes any sense, right? That again, not, I don't know how to explain what I'm saying, but
No, I think it's just pointing out like a part
maybe,
of me.
yeah, but maybe that's what the letting spirit in to complete your manifestation is, that you may have to draw on a more feminine energy, right? And what I mean by that is, so masculine energy is about force,
Mhm.
right? And about doing and action.
Yeah.
Where feminine energy is more about allowing
Mhm.
and ease and grace, right? A
And also
softer,
Mhm.
and also being vulnerable, because
yeah,
that's a huge thing with this, is putting myself in a very vulnerable position.
yeah, yeah. So I think this kind of gives you the to me
Yeah.
some that the manifestation card, the fact that it came up as a wand, right, and a very high suited wand, to me says yes.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the subject is a dead ringer.
Mhm.
But I think this card came out because you are going to have to rely on that vulnerability. You are going to have to rely a lot on probably some meditation,
Mm-hmm.
maybe some assistance from Lori,
Mhm.
whether it be through, you know, some of her techniques with, I don't know, age regression or past lives, or
Mhm.
even just whatever that looks like with you.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, I think that even though this is, hey, you don't really have an organized plan, I do feel like the people in here, to me, for this card, this is your team trying to help.
Yeah.
So that you do have people in your corner, in your team, whether it's your spirit team or physical people, who can help you get here,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Oh, it makes perfect sense. That was amazing,
Mhm.
Liz.
I'm glad
Yay!
that it
That was amazing.
helped provide because my next thing was, I was like, well, I wanted to see what your opportunity card came out, because sometimes what I've done with these like small card readings is
Uh-huh.
I'll just ask for clarification. So if
Mm-hmm.
something wasn't clear, we could just say, hey, can you give me clarification on this? Or can
Yeah.
you give me
Yeah.
clarification on that? And sometimes drawing more cards. But if
Yeah.
you're satisfied with that,
Oh no,
Uh,
that's definitely the answer I was looking. Well,
Mhm.
I received the answer is what I'm getting at. I mean, and it was also the answer I was looking for. So yes and yes, like got my answer, and the answer is yes. And so thank you and thank you.
You're welcome. No, listen,
Yay.
I want to thank the both of you, and I would like to thank our audience for, here we go, trying to put me back where you can see my face and stop staring at my boobs, you perverts. uh, for letting me practice, right? Because
Mhm.
sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough, like we all do,
Mhm.
that I don't know enough about the things. But every time I do it, I really do. I don't want to say surprise myself because I'm not trying to like toot my own horn, but I don't know. It just surprises me every time I do it.
It's like a
That the
feeling.
information that comes out, and I
It's
really, Tina, I
validation.
hope that
Mhm.
that helped provide some answers for you and your question and where you're
Mhm.
going. And if you think of a follow-on one, I can always do a reading
Mhm.
off camera or whatever. If you felt like that would be helpful, you can always just call me and we can do like the exact same thing.
Look at that. Thank you.
Does
Thank you.
anybody have any questions or thoughts or comments? Or
Mm.
I just thought that was absolutely amazing.
it's
Yes.
fun.
It was fun too.
I always leave a reading like feeling childlike, happy. I don't know. So to me, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so to me, that means that I'm talking and experiencing like with the divine,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because any interaction that I have had with that like realm, if you will, or with spirits or
Mhm.
whatever, always leaves me feeling joyful. And so to me, that just means that you're channeling that energy, and I love it.
I love it too. That was great. What were you gonna say, Tina?
So I do have a question. When you guys have these cards and then like you're shuffling them and doing them and you do yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you just do it. You just shuffle the cards and you like supposedly I had like some event or something and I was just like worried about it or something, then you could just take the cards out and
Mhm.
just
Figure
do
out
your
like
own
so sometimes I like to do a spread, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can like, so you do have the U card,
Mm-hmm.
right? The need to know or the opportunity, you could do that one. There's
Mm-hmm.
another one in the bottom of this thing that I've done before. And it's just your intention behind what the card is supposed to represent. So you could do a past, present, future reading. You could do desire, obstacle, solution.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should have drawn like that for Jen. Although I think it did. You could do like, if you want to do like a love reading, you could do a you, me, us.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're trying to make a decision, you could pull option 1, option 2, decision.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
So-
you're pretty much, when you read for yourself, basing it off of like your intuition and possibly
I
what
find
the
it
cards represent.
so much harder to read for myself than I do other people.
Hmm.
And the reason I say that is because I have no idea what Tina's thinking. So whatever thoughts come to me when I pull a card, like that's all I did. I looked at a
Yeah.
card, a thought came to me, and I just told you what came to my brain, right?
Yeah.
But when it's your own, for me, I have a hard time. Okay, was that just me, or was that really like a channeled
Right.
message? You know what I'm saying? Like, you second guess it, and you're like, am I just reading this the way I want to read it? So there's a lot of like doubt there that like can be hard to get past. But you can totally do it for yourself. That's how I try to practice, just getting better at like what the cards mean and different things like that. Is I there for a while, I was pulling 3 cards every morning. Like, hey, what do I need to know today?
Yeah.
You know, or like you said, I'm struggling with the decision. Pull some cards and just see what they say. So that's the only thing I could recommend. And if you want me to send you over those ones I just read off, the best thing is for me, when you pull cards randomly, like you didn't set an intention of what the responses are supposed to stand for. And so then it's hard to discern what they mean. Is that now? Is that tomorrow? Is that an outcome? You know what I'm saying? So you do have to kind of give it a purpose. So, hey, I'm pulling these 3 cards, and these 3 cards are going to represent these 3 things. And however they come out of the deck,
is how they come out.
is what they represent.
Gotcha.
Makes sense.
But I find it hard, and I think that's why I get a little discouraged with it sometimes. Is that I second guess myself a lot. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
You guys, that was so fun. Thank you so much for letting me read for you.
Yeah, that was so fun. And I hope you buddies watching. I don't know if you're really going to get much out of listening to it on Spotify. So sorry, I didn't even think about that. But anyways, hope you guys that watched it enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.